I can think of no better day than Labor Day to address the debunk, and, obviously this is one of the left's favorite pandering tools, the wage gap. Now, Democrats tout that they're the only ones who care about women because they're fighting for equal wages or whatever else they come up with. They claim that women only earn 77 cents on the dollar as men.
The women in this country still make 77 cents on the dollar for what men make. So if women don't make less than men?
Actually, if you start looking at the numbers, Rachel, there are lots of reasons for that.
Wait.
Well,
don't tell me the reasons are. Do women make less than men for doing the same work?
No, because...
Wow. Okay. Well.
All right, so let's get to this. If you take all the money that men in the workforce make and then divide it by the number of men that earn it, then do the same thing with women, there is a way that you can get to the fact that women make 70 to 80 cents on the dollar of men. But it's highly misleading. And USA Today even noted this. Quote, the pay gap exists for the simple reason that women often make different career choices than men. Teaching, for instance, pays much less than, say, engineering or medical fields. And women are more likely to take time away from their careers when they have children or choose jobs with flexible hours. Take that, Rachel Maddow. Now, if a running back only plays half the season, can you really compare him to the other running backs? That's what liberals are doing with the wage gap. It's apples to oranges. So let's do some apples to apples. To USA Today's point, women dominate the following careers. According to an article from last year, mental health counselors by 75% women, average salary of $54K. Social workers by 83% women with an average salary of $58,000. Executive secretaries, almost 97% women in the field, raking in an average $67,000 a year. Hairdressers own 92% of the market, making $36,000 a year. School teachers of all ages are more than 75% female, with preschool teachers in particular having almost 97% female. They pay an average of $43K a year. Now, women overwhelmingly choose these careers. It's not a bad thing. They're certainly not forced into it. While men dominate not only higher risk jobs, but also higher paying jobs. Construction workers, almost 95% male. Military, 73% male. Police officers and firefighters, almost 90% male. Farmers make up 75% of males, too. Also, keep in mind the risk of injury or death among men versus women given our careers. Women have consistently experienced less than 500 deaths per year in work-related accidents, where men, on the other hand, experience almost 5,000 a year. Men are 1,000% more likely to be killed on the job. Now, despite those risks, those are comparably paid sectors, believe it or not. So let's look at some of the higher paying jobs that men gravitate to over women. Pilots, 97% men. Software developers, 97% male. Engineers, 86% male. And Wall Street is comprised nearly 80% of men, all of which have at least decent salaries of well over $100,000 a year. But why is this? Women are not excluded from these sectors. They just elect not to go into them. It's not because men are smarter, for sure. I mean, ask my wife about all the really stupid stuff I do all the time. But the percentage of women that graduate college is 10 percentage points higher than men. It's 46 to 36%. And in 2021, full-time workers aged 22 to 27 who held a bachelor's degree made a median income of $52,000 compared with $30,000 for the full-time workers of the same age with no degree. So you can't blame it on college. But if you dig a bit deeper, even NPR, of all places, acknowledged that young women earn more than men in several U.S. cities. You see, when you compare apples to apples, there is no wage gap. In fact, women earn more than men. But they don't talk about that on MSNBC because it doesn't fit their narrative. It's also important to note that NPR highlighted young women for a reason. Because what do a lot of women do around the age of 30? Oh, right. They have kids. In fact, 25% of moms are holding down their forts now because childcare has become so expensive and they want to spend time with their children. None of this is bad, again, but it does affect the overall calculus and talking points, especially when a woman comes back to the labor force after raising those kids for 5 or 10 years. Due to that woman's time out of the labor force, she will not make the same amount of money as men who the same age who have been in there since they were. It's due to the employment gap that she's not getting as paid as much. It was a choice to raise her children, a very honorable one. And the most important thing to note, again, apples to apples, is that men on average also work more hours per week, more hours per day. 8.3 hours a day for men compared to 7.8 hours for women. This alone on its face negates any argument that women might make less than men because it's not comparing the same thing. Again, the running back who played 6 games versus the one who played 10. It's not even a comparison. No one wants women to make less money, but none of it is because women are being held back. Sure, there's outlying incidents, I'm sure, somewhere, but it's due to choices. But to make some unilateral declaration that women are paid less and therefore discriminated against is not only not true, but it's a slap in the face for every hardworking woman out there. So, on this Labor Day, let's raise a glass to the not perpetuating of the liberal lie on their accusations of the gender pay gap.